and welcome back to Black Phoenix Entertainment. Yeah, more updates. I got more things to talk about. I have not been on this for another 2 weeks. Yeah, it's just been that sort of year, and yeah, it looks nice and sunny and blue skies. It's in the 40s. It's mid-May. Like, this is what I've been dealing with the weather. If it's not rain, it's been no higher than maybe 55 degrees. And the nights and like cloudiness, obviously, because we can't get more than 1 day of sun in a row. It's been in the 40s. Then one of the nights it dipped into the 30s. Like, this is probably going to be on record as one of the coldest years ever if it doesn't warm up at all for the summer. This is odd, very odd that there's no traffic. I must have left just at the exact time. I'm gonna have to take the highway on this one just because there's so much stuff to do in the morning, and sometimes I don't get it all done, so I can't take back roads. I gotta take the highway, and you had to add cat throw up to that. I'm walking down the stairs and I see cat throw up. I'm like, yay, yet another thing I have to do this morning before I go to work. But yeah, so anyways, you had the weather has been a big part of it, and I'm hitting all the green lights too. That's probably part of it. But also, if you guys follow me on Instagram and other social media, TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that, I've been having some problems with the Ryker and of course my car, which is a 2016 Chevy Sonic Turbo RS. I've been fighting a weird issue with that, and it's gotten worse lately, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But with the Ryker, I had two things. I showed you guys on the last video the wiring. The weird thing, it would go from F, you can see F right there, and then it would go into like this false neutral state, which was fine. I could still drive or ride or whatever. But if I stopped and it was in that weird false neutral state, it wouldn't go because the thing thinks it's in neutral even though it's not. It's 100% an electrical issue. It doesn't make any sense to me why it's wired or geared like that, where the physical gear lever is in forward, but a sensor is telling it that it's not, so the bike won't go. I think, I don't know. I don't think that's right. I think it should really be like, hey, it should be physical. Like, there shouldn't really, I don't know. I don't get it, but whatever. It is what it is. So what I did was I recrimped, can I see it? I recrimped those wires down there, and like, I didn't change anything. I just recrimped them and put like new electrical tape on them. Hopefully that's it. I don't know. If it starts happening again, I'm probably gonna have to have somebody look at it and maybe just redo the little bullet connector things on them. I bought some stuff for it and I looked at it and I'm like, let me just redo what's there and then we'll see, because honestly, electrical stuff is not my strong suit. I can do it, but it's not ideal. It works. Like, on my stuff I would do it and it works, but I wouldn't do it for anybody else just because I know my weaknesses and stuff like that, and it just wouldn't work for me, so I'd have to take it to somebody. The other thing...
Here's your taco, mister. Whoops, fell in the fryer. I'll get it out. Oh! Oh!
The other thing, before I get on the highway, I had an oil leak where the oil filter is. That cap, there's 3 bolts, and there's a cap that goes on there on the drop-in filter. That was leaking. And I was chasing that for a little bit. I was like, what is going on? Like, I started seeing a little drippage under the Ryker. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, it's not a huge deal. And then I started getting more and more, and I'm like, okay, something's definitely happening, but I couldn't see where it was leaking from. It wasn't obvious. It wasn't from the pan or the bolts or anything like that. I finally caught where it was coming from. It was at that slingshot show. Let's get on the highway here. Wee-hee, wee-hee, wee-hee. Are you gonna merge? Yeah, Rykers are slow. Yeah, tell me another one. But anyways, yeah, so I finally caught it. I was popping the hood. I was just gonna kind of look at some things. I saw some dripping coming from the oil filter cap. I'm like, that's not good. So I kept an eye on it, and then I wiped it, started the Ryker, and immediately it started leaking from that same spot. I'm like, god damn it. So anyways, got it home from there, and then I was just kind of testing it out, starting it, doing stuff like, yeah, it's definitely that one spot. So I'm like, whatever, it's probably the O-ring. Hopefully it's not the actual cap that got warped. So I ordered some stuff. I ordered some O-ring. I need an oil change kit anyways because I didn't have one at my house. So I did that. Took the O-ring from that, swapped it out, stopped the leak. So that's good. No more leaking of the oil filter. But of course, it's me, and it's a Can Am Ryker, so it can never be 100% good. One of the bolts, the hardest bolt to get to, because the radiator tube is over the oil filter cap, bored out, not stripped, like it's a Torx bolt. So as I'm tightening it, I'm like, oh, this feels weird. Yeah, it's weird because it got totally bored out. This is what we deal with in Massachusetts here for traffic, so this is why I ride the way I ride. So yeah, but luckily I just did an oil change before the fall, so I still got like 5,000 miles to go. So depending on how much I ride before VAM, I'm probably good until I get back from VAM. Average speed in Massachusetts, this is it. If you're not going 85 to 90 miles an hour, you will get run over. Trouble here. Good job. So yeah, so I was chasing issues with this thing, weather. Then I was dealing with my Sonic, my daily driving car. Great car, I love the car, but I've got a stage 1 kit on it, so intake, exhaust, tune, some upgraded ignition coil, stuff like that. So stock boost on those is like 6 to 7, depending. I'm running 14 on the tune. Ran great. All of a sudden I started getting some spark blowout. Look at this guy. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to lay on the horn here. Holy what a holy crap. That guy's gonna kill somebody. Holy, he's doing it again! Holy f***! Oh my god! That's Massachusetts for you. Alright, what was I talking about? Holy yeah, so the Chevy Sonic. So I was getting this weird thing at wide open throttle, and when it starts getting into boost like over 10 psi, and it was kind of like breaking up and like unloading and stuff. I'm like, what is going on here? I tried to figure out what's going on. When it wasn't as bad at first, and then it progressively got worse, which is what started pissing me off, because it was hard to like figure out at first. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just a thing. You know, you do the regular stuff, you throw some fuel cleaner in it, all that type of stuff. I'm like stuck here. I'm just gonna stay here because I know if I go that way, there's an exit where people come flying off at like 100 miles an hour. I'm gonna stay here. As much as it sucks going 55 behind all this, it's probably the safer bet for me. So yeah, so I don't know. So finally it got really, really bad, and I started figuring out. Looked into some forums, I found some YouTube videos. I found one YouTube video that sounded exactly like what my car was doing. This guy had a Miata, and everything he explained was like, he got it regular driving, kind of out of boost, whatever, fine. As soon as you start laying on it and I got it to boost, it broke up, and it made the same exact sound, and it was spark blowout. So something was up with the spark plugs that was just blowing out after a certain amount of boost or pressure or whatever. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, running like this tune or whatever. Let me just put the stock plugs back in. Just ran to AutoZone, got the stock plugs, threw them back in. Zero problems. It runs fine. I did some pulls, I did all this other stuff. Zero problems. Like, that is weird because the tune calls for 1 step colder and this gap, and it didn't like it. So now I put the stock plugs back in it, and it absolutely loves it. So I'm just gonna leave it. So right now, my car is good. The Ryker is good. We are all good, and I can start making videos for you guys. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about on this one. Just letting you guys know what I've been dealing with and all of that. And crazy Massachusetts drivers. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but this is what I deal with. You've seen my random rides videos. You've seen my Judge My Riding. Like, it is just absolutely terrible. And what we just saw in this video is daily here. That's what we deal with. Like, it's just, oh man, there's no words for it. I'm gonna see if this guy stops. He stopped. Anyways, yeah, so go down there, do all the liking, do the subscribing, do all the fun YouTube stuff. I got awesome stuff in my description. I got stuff for BLRtuning for your Riker and other bikes. He will tune other bikes, so go down there, check out what he's got available. I got some cool 3D printed stuff from Iron Tide Customs and my merch. Any merch, and I got some hats left. Any of those sales goes to Moby Kit Rescue. I just donate all that money to charity. I'm not monetized or anything, so I don't make any money on this channel, and anything I do make just goes to charity, because quite honestly, I don't really need it. So there is that. Thank you for rocking with the vlog. Man, I'm still amazed at that guy. That was nuts. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one.